subscribe to our videos so that more people can hear the Word of God.
Good morning and welcome to 5 Minutes a Day with God, and welcome to Friday. So today we're going to look at Peter's first denial of Jesus. And again, it's going to be woven into the story of Jesus' trial. So we're going to actually go back to verse 16 that we read yesterday, but to kind of give the background of this. So what happened here, actually, just kind of remind you. So Peter and John, they are following Jesus. They get to the door of the high priest, and they're in the courtyard. And so, but basically, Peter had to wait outside the door. So the other disciple, let me read, but Peter had to wait outside the door. The other disciple, which is John, who was known to the high priest, came back, spoke to the servant girl on duty there, and brought Peter in. So basically said, he's with me, let him in. And then the girl says, you aren't one of this man's disciples too, are you? She asked Peter, and he replied, I am not. It was cold, and the servants and officials stood around a fire they had made to keep warm. Peter also was standing with them, warming himself. All right. So this part it always seems really interesting because so Peter is with John, and John is known as as Jesus' disciple. And so it was more, the question was more like, oh, you one of them too? Because she knew who John was. And so Peter was with John because John went back and said, he's with me. Let's go in, right? And so the way the girl questioned him, it was more as, oh, another one of you. Oh, we have to deal with another one of you, right? And so it would be easy for Peter to say, yes, or, because he's with John, right? And so I'm always puzzled at this first one where he says, no, I'm not. Like, oh, what happened there? Just all of a sudden, did he freeze? Did he... And then I think about John, who's standing there, probably looking at him thinking, what? Right? And it's kind of surprising that John didn't out him, right? And say, of course you are. You're with me, right? Of course we're Jesus' disciples. That's why we're following him into this. And so this first one always doesn't make sense to me, how right away that it was so easy for him to just deny him. It just came off, right? And so the part where John describes that Peter is standing there warming himself in the fire. So of course he was cold probably, so he's warming himself in the fire, but he's also, scholars believe that he's doing that to blend in. So he's stood out already because John had to come back and get him, and then he had to tell the servant girl, no, I'm not with Jesus. And then, so he's trying to blend in so that he's not spotted again. So this is the first one. And again, sometimes it's puzzling, but sometimes I'm puzzled at myself, as sometimes I'm quiet when people ask about who Jesus is, and I'm just quiet and I don't say anything, and that is a form of denial when we don't stand up for the truth. So it's easy to look at Peter and say, I don't know what you were doing here, Peter, but let's also look inside for the times where maybe we didn't stand up for Jesus' name in the way that we should have as well. All right, think about that today. Have a good day, and we'll see you next week on Monday as we get more into the trial and the rest of Peter's denial. Remember, 5 minutes in the Word can change your life.